Get closer to me.
Well done. You need a congratulations every time you do something well. That sounds like a
This is the first time
millennial.
I set it up correctly. My ears are...
Every time she does something well, she's going to get some more bangs.
That
No,
sounds like a millennial to me.
this is the first time I did it very quickly. That's all. We're done now.
You need a pat on your back for
Just-
everything.
No, I just want you to be a
Thank you.
human.
This isn't
Go
mine.
get him, champ.
Jason's part of the Ukrainian army. Look at his shirt. Ukrainian army. Look.
He doesn't care. He's upset.
What is it? Rise and fall?
Yeah, and then he's got like looks like bullet holes in it.
Where's that shirt from?
I found it in the Ukraine.
Zelensky gave it to
It's a Zelensky original.
It's almost good.
It's a Mike Wazowski original. Where is it from?
I think it's from Zara.
Why does it have holes in it?
It's just the look. It's the look. I like their clothes. They're European fit, so they fit me better.
Hobo chic.
Okay, very nice.
They have smaller waists but big calves.
But you're wearing a t-shirt.
Exactly.
I know.
Oh.
That's what he calls his arm muscles, his calves.
I call my upper body a calf.
Nice.
Anyways, hi Chris.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. We're celebrating our birthday today. This is our birthday dinner we're having later.
Nice.
Or as I like to call it, step one, because it's a week of festivities. You're going to Dallas,
I am going to Dallas.
not for your birthday.
You're
Not
going
for
to
my birthday.
Dallas tomorrow?
Not till Wednesday. I
Okay.
have to go to a conference, but I'll be there on Thursday, which is my birthday. Our birthday.
Nice. It's
I come
exciting.
back Friday. Yeah, I come back Friday, so.
Same
Pretty
day.
quick.
Well, no, not the same day. Jesus didn't get crucified today.
Next Friday.
Friday, Good
Yeah,
Friday.
Friday. They
Friday.
talked about it today.
Yep, you should know that already, though. That should.
They tend to talk about Jesus at church.
Yeah, that should really be like one of those days, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jesus crucified, Good Friday.
Well, it's always confusing because it's not really a Good Friday. It's a bad Friday.
Oh, it's a play on
Good in the
words.
sense that he.
He gave his life for our sins.
Yes. Good for us, bad for him.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. We'll see you later.
Yeah, I'm good. Good to go.
Listen- You're supposed to have the topic today.
Yeah, well, we were just jabbing here. We're not
No, that's fine.
Oh, we were jabbing. I like that.
Jabbing,
Jabbing. We were
I mean-
jabbing.
Yeah, I had a few different topics to talk about, kind of. I guess the news is out there now that I'm an expecting father.
Yes, woohoo!
So
Oh my God! I thought I just said something and I didn't realize.
no, not this
Yeah,
one.
you're a father. This is brand new information.
The announcement was
Pretty
made
new.
yesterday. Yeah, well, we're taping
Well, this will come out
I
a
don't
week
know.
after.
Yeah, sorry, it's old news.
Oh, we take it back. Forget it.
No, but obviously with a kid on the way, I've just been thinking about how my life is going to change, and with COVID and stuff, I was just kind of wondering your opinions, like with kids being raised in COVID now. Like, do you think it's going to have a long-lasting effect on
Oh,
kind of how they
interesting.
interact with the world? And
I think we might have some weird kids that were kind of, I don't know, born during COVID, because I think like Jason, obviously his son was, but he's been out in the world. But I think some that were maybe like at that prime 1 or 2 year old age and then got like locked away for a couple of years, they might be odd. I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, because Grayson was born. He was born in 2020, so I'd say the delivery was weird because no one was allowed to come visit us. It was just me and Ashley, so it was kind of lonely to that respect.
yeah,
But as far as Grayson being exposed to the world, he was in a certain situation where our families were around us, and there was a group of people that we had already been in contact with when everything shut down. So we were still able to him see other people and be exposed to other people that were in that safety net of people that we had already been
your hub.
talking with.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we got to see his grandparents and everything like that because they lived so close and we were all part of it.
Do you think like, I think it was his first birthday, like where there was like other kids like, and he, our cousins, kids, and some others, and he was like, I don't want to say like starstruck, but he was kind of like, like look, like he just because he'd gone that long without kind of maybe kid interaction. Now, how much does an under 1-year-old have interaction with other kids? Maybe, but
Yeah.
still, it was like he hadn't seen that many people in one space, I think.
Well, and I also think that he deals with adults better than with children because he was children kind of throw him off for a minute. Like every time he faces a child, he like has to stare at them like, "What are you?" Like
It's the
sort
same
of like
thing with my dog.
yeah. So there you go. Anyway, yeah. So I feel like in that respect, he has had there's something is different with him, but he's a very outgoing child. But anyone the same size as him or below him throws him off.
Yeah, I'm interested. I don't know, like kids who are like kindergarten, first grade, and like with the shutdown, doing it from home, and then having to wear masks. Like I obviously now that's pretty much done around here, mask wearing, and
For now.
but like I for now, yeah. But I wonder what those kids. I feel like they might be the ones who were a little bit like, because they started out getting homeschooled. How do you homeschool somebody kindergarten? Because I feel like the purpose of kindergarten is like play and like interaction with children. Like, so I don't know how you.
I mean, you always focus on
Yeah.
younger kids, but also imagine like if you were going into your freshman year of high school and then this happened.
Or senior year of high school.
Yeah, well, somebody I work with, her daughter basically
Or college, like
graduated in 2020. Well, and then didn't have anything, and then went to college. She just went to community college, but all that happened, and she didn't leave her house.
Yeah, it sucks.
So that is weird. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's difficult.
yeah, I mean, so I don't know. I feel like a child now born later this year, knock on wood, hopefully, it'll be more regular. I think it's just the parents and their level of oddness, maybe, like, or how much they protect. I mean, if you let your kid, like Jason
Oddness.
said with Grayson, like see his aunts, uncles, grandparents, like at least growing up they're getting that, even if it's not
Yeah.
other kids. Because again, under 1, under 2, like unless you have siblings, you're not really, maybe cousins, but day to day, you're not really seeing too many other kids.
Yeah, that's true. So
Yeah.
kind of going with that, are you like concerned? I mean, where you are from, by the point when he comes out, I think the world not necessarily has a hold of COVID, but definitely have more of an understanding of it where it's not as much of a boogeyman anymore. I mean, that must give you some comfort.
Yeah, I'm not super concerned.
I don't think you'll be like isolated like a lot of parents were and everything like that.
No. Well, obviously we don't have any family out here, so there's that isolation.
That's true.
But yeah, I'm not worried about the kid turning out weird because they can't interact with other kids or anything like that. It's not that bad out here. It'll probably get worse once, fall hits again.
Do you still have to wear masks and stuff out there?
No masks.
Okay.
No masks anywhere really, which is kind of nice actually. It's so nice going to the grocery store and seeing people's faces.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said for that. I think a lot of us were traumatized by that aspect of it. The fact that, putting on a mask just kind of cuts you off from another human being. Like if all you see is someone's eyes or their body, it's almost like not enough. It's like, it just doesn't feel right.
I almost think that might have been more detrimental to younger children than not, like, being in their house, not leaving. I mean, I don't think anything wrong with that, but like only being able to see people's eyes, I think that was probably more detrimental because, kids take their cues from like facial expressions and, oh, are you happy? Are you sad? Are you smiling?
Yeah.
And when you take that away, I think that might have been
That's a good
harder
point.
for like 3-4-year-olds in daycare or in preschool, like they're like, I don't know if this person is happy or sad. Like,
Yeah, and Grayson, I'm very grateful that Grayson didn't have a lot of that because
Yeah.
He, because he wasn't of school age. So I'm very grateful that through all of that craziness that he was expected to be with us because he was so young and just born and everything like that. So I think it made things a little easier from a parental perspective.
Yeah.
Is he getting close to school age?
I mean, September he turns 2. We are looking to get him involved in some sort of like a pre-K.
Wow.
So yeah, not the full time. It'll be like 2 or 3 days during the week. But
Is your wife
which
gonna be
is
okay?
yes, my wife will be okay. He's just getting, he's you kind of it's kind of a weird thing as a parent with you want your child to be strong and able, and then you don't want them to ever go anywhere, but then you want a break from them,
Yeah.
but then you don't want them to leave. So you're basically just a hypocrite most of the time because you have conflicting emotions pretty much 100% of the time.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fun. It's really,
I'm
it's not
excited.
fun.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not fun. It's not fun.
You saw that video in Target. He's gonna rule wherever he goes.
Yeah. What a weirdo.
I was saying that. I was talking to mom and dad, like, what do you think? Like, this is what fascinates me about children. He's very expressive. Like, and he says a lot. And I get when he's like talking to me, if he thinks he's talking to me and he's saying stuff, but like he's in, just for people who didn't see it, he's in a cart in Target in like the basket area, standing up, looking out, and he's just speaking and like moving his hands, sort of like maybe a conductor, a maestro, as my dad
Or
just
you-
in the back,
I was gonna say
or
Hitler.
or like a dictator, or like a little Hitler, and he's just babbling and moving his hands, and I think to myself, like, what does he think he's saying? Like, what is he thinking? I wish I knew.
Well, I think and maybe I'm wrong here, but like for him to be able to speak, like he'll speak and like no one will be listening to him and he'll still be talking. Like to have that amount of confidence, just like, I know you're not listening to me, but I'm going to keep talking because eventually you will. And the hand movements.
Talk to Katie because we do that to her a lot.
Yeah, we do. And I think the other part of it is he, aside from me and my wife, I think he spent equal amount of time with his grandparents. So
Yeah.
he's getting a lot of his mannerisms from our fathers.
Careful
Like
with
I
that.
see a lot of my father in him because of his hand movements. And before you came on, we were talking that he's saying "dada" now a little more like emphatically. And
Oh, nice.
he came over to me to the couch and he's like, "dada," and he started doing this with his arm, and he was like, and then he like laughed at himself that he was like moving his arm, and
Oh, he's there right now.
He's not here yet. No.
Oh, okay.
He'll be here in a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, I just wish I could know. Like, I wish I could say, Grayson, what do you
I don't-
think is happening? 'Cause
I don't think we want to know.
I kind of do, because I just like, it's just so funny to me because he
You know
thinks
what
he's
weirds me out to think
changing
about
the world.
with children? Think back when you were like a kid, right? When you actually started remembering like your day-to-day stuff. How old were you? Like 5, 6?
I would say maybe 5. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I have like snapshots of memories. Like if I think about, I'd probably be about 5 too.
yeah, but basically your life starts at 5. So like when you like with Grayson, like all this stuff is happening, but there's going to be a point where he just like kind of wakes up and it's going to be like 3 years in the future.
Yeah, that is.
And just the world as
but
it
it is kind
in
of
3 years
sad
in the
because
future.
you're kind of like, kids are so cute at this age, but they don't remember it.
Well, what's funny is though, I read something too that said like 90% of who your child's going to be is decided in their first 5
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Because they don't remember it, but that's how it becomes who they are. And
But it's just weird, like
Yeah.
when we have our daughter, like the first time, like when she starts remembering her day to day, I'll be 37. Like, it's just weird.
I'll be 47.
Yeah. Oh God.
well, when his daughter remembers, not your kid.
Yeah, but you'll be 49, sweetie.
Okay, I'll still look young, very young.
I'll still look a young.
Yeah, it's just funny. It's just weird.
And don't tell people's age. I'm
Mom
just
will be
joking, I don't
90.
care. No, she won't.
Oh, she won't.
It's not right. It's not right at all.
I don't think she will. No.
Time's weird, man. Time is weird.
Yeah, that's crazy. But it'll go like quick too.
That's
It
what
will
I
go
hear.
quick. It takes a lot while you're in it. Doesn't feel like it, but then when you're out of it and past it, it's like, oh, that wasn't as bad. I mean, that's the thing. You forget about. Well, I know. No, actually, I'm lying. I haven't forgotten about how it sucked, but
How long
I
has the
loved it.
last 2 years felt for you since COVID started?
well, it's kind of been a whirlwind because it's like Ashley got pregnant, the world shut down,
Yeah.
and then we bought a house. And people have asked me, they're like, what did you do to buy a house? I don't remember. Like, it just, like, I
Feels
know
like
we
it's
gave,
been like 10 years.
we
since
gave
COVID started.
paperwork and we actually found the house. But as far as us, like, getting the house, it's like I blacked out. I don't
Yeah.
even know, like, people asked for stuff. We gave people stuff. We found a house, and then we have a house. Obviously, it didn't happen like that, but in my mind, it happened
man.
that way.
You bought at the right time.
That's true. That's a true story.
I mean, it went kind of quick in a way, but in it seemed long. Like it was just in March, like 2 years since like it happened, and we were even talking because the conference I'm going to next week, it's like a leadership conference, and we had it beginning of March of 2020, and I guess they were talking about potentially canceling it, but they were like, no, let's not cancel it. But like it happened, and then like literally a week later, they had to furlough like 90% of the company.
Mm-hmm.
Like they obviously didn't think it would get that bad that quickly, but it's just like so weird that then, and that seems so long ago that I was, furloughed for a couple months,
Yeah.
like I'm like, that was crazy. Like I was, and then some days I'm like, man, I wish I was still furloughed a little bit. I feel like I wasn't as productive as I could have been.
Like while you were furloughed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be productive at all.
I mean, like we didn't leave our houses for a while. I feel like.
I mean, I did. I mean, I was going to work. So, I mean,
The whole time.
my life never, and I'm, very grateful, but I never worked from home.
Yeah.
So like they found me a different place to go to where I wasn't like in a branch, but I never stopped working. We went on a lot more walks, which I enjoyed because also with Ashley being pregnant, she, in the afternoon when I would get home, we would go for these long walks around our neighborhood by our apartment. And that was nice.
Do you remember when, I guess it was for Easter, Mom made us all dinner. We went to pick it up and brought it back to our house.
Yeah.
Oh, she dropped ours off.
Yeah. They
I had
picked
to go
theirs
pick
up.
ours
They
up.
dropped ours off. I ate with you.
You did.
But that was only because it was like the next week was our birthday and we had our birthday together. So we
Yeah.
kind of.
Oh, and it was a big year. It was my 40th.
Yeah. That's right. Happy 40th. We watched the
It was
stupid
my
movie
30th
Cats.
too.
Oh, yeah. Stupid movie Cats. But
Sucked.
ours was like right at the when it was like, don't leave. Because once we were furloughed, the first time we got together was Mother's Day. Remember, outside, but we didn't really get,
Oh,
too
down by
close
the
to
water.
each other. Yeah. But think about it. That was like 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
So weird.
Walking with Katie every morning. We'd meet and walk in downtown Annapolis. And like on the weeks, because at that point she was home. Yeah. We were both just home doing nothing.
It seems
Part
so
of it-
long ago.
It does. Part of it all seemed like a little sad because like being out in the world, like not being furloughed and having to go to work every day, there was no one around.
Yeah.
But then like you almost got used to that. So then when everyone came back, it was like, wow, I wish you all were fucking home again.
It's
No.
a once in a lifetime thing if you think about it.
It is kind of sad. It's still kind of sad because obviously I've gone into my office a couple times over the last few weeks, and I work right downtown in downtown Bellevue, but like you go down there and it's still pretty empty, and it's just like this is depressing. Like
See, not here.
It's a metropolis, but like there's no one down there.
I feel like here in Annapolis now it's back to normal, but I think it's interesting because when you think about it, it's like that's hopefully a once in a lifetime thing. Like that's like when you look back, you're just like, my God, like that experience that and that happened, that the world just shut down like that. It seems unbelievable, right? Like everything
Yeah.
was closed except what? Grocery stores. And even that, like you had to wait online.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It was uncanny, and it was terrifying.
Oh,
Nobody
you
knew
did
anything.
have to wait online to go into the grocery store.
Yeah, Trader Joe's that used to be wrapped around the building.
Yeah, I mean, I can't, used to be like, oh, okay, Wegmans. It'd be like, and then you go in and it's like, just again, there wasn't that many people because they weren't letting that many people in. It was just an odd, and it's very odd.
It was a
Yeah.
zombie apocalypse.
Well, it's completely different out here now because it's a lot of like tech and like Microsoft and companies like that. So they're all full remote now. So
Mm.
I don't know if it'll ever go back to how it was.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, that's true because I mean, even us, we went to New York in December for the holidays and like busy, but not. I mean, busy by like the Rockefeller tree, but not normal busy, not 2019
Yeah.
or before busy, right? Because I mean, even that, it wasn't like, I mean, it was a lot of people, but it would be crazy back then. So
That was fun. In hindsight, there were parts that were annoying while we were there, but
Yeah. I got to go back. Haven't
Yeah.
been to the city in a while.
oh, there you go. Yeah.
I feel like we ate really well. Like, don't you feel like we ate good food?
But too late, right? You were eating too late.
Oh yeah, we ate at Tavern on the Green. We had a night.
But for the most part, though, I think he did. It was just on. He had the meltdown. But
Maybe
before
we do
that, he was
that next episode when Caitlin's on. We have Jason and Caitlin air some grievances from that trip.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. I mean, that's interesting.
Is
That's
it
good
though? Do other
television.
people want to hear that?
Yeah. Why do you think people watch the Kardashians?
That's true. That's coming back out again.
I think it is out.
No, on our birthday.
Oh, you know.
I saw the thing and it said April 14th, so I I remembered.
Well,
I watch it. It's nuts. Like it's just like a train wreck, kind of. Like
I've never seen the Kardashians.
they intrigue me because they have no real talents.
Yep.
Well, they have a couple.
Well, but I'm saying like, but they built. I shouldn't say that. That sounds rude, and I'm not being rude. But like, they're not actors. They're not singers. They're not performers. They're just people who
They're just
Use-
entertainers.
use their fame to then launch like these companies, which are now multi-million-dollar companies. So I mean, it's just
Yeah.
and
Good for them.
I know it's crazy. It really is the American dream.
There you go, folks. And that's Michelle's 2 cents.
Well, that was really my topic. The whole
Okay.
parenthood
No, well,
thing.
that's an interesting one. Yeah. What else can we talk about?
Like about parenthood.
Well, just anything.
Just anything.
Um,
It's a pretty slow week for me this week.
well, just kind of to springboard off of that. I mean, how is the whole parenthood thing seeming to you?
Seeming to me,
Yes.
I'm excited. I just find myself thinking about things in the future, like Christmas and holidays and stuff like that, and just
Chris always liked Christmas. I mean,
yeah, I
everyone
always
does.
like
but-
Christmas. Just yeah, I'm excited. We're having a little girl, so that should be fun. I hope I turn her into a little animal. Just
Like in what respect?
no, like
Harry and doesn't bathe.
we were driving around. Sarah and I were driving around yesterday, and I was in a classic rock kind of mood. So we put on some like Guns N' Roses and stuff like that, and I was like, I can't wait to have my daughter in the back seat. Head bumping into some Guns N' Roses or Queen and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
there you go.
Yeah, I hope she's
I do
cool.
have a memory of when I was younger. Why are you moving the microphone up? Every time, every week. He's like making it higher.
I didn't mean to do that.
Anyways, when I was younger, Dad at one point had a Volkswagen Beetle, a blue one. Do you remember this?
Oh, not at all.
Yeah, no, not you, Chris. You weren't
okay.
alive. It was,
Yeah, if I didn't remember, bitch, you didn't remember.
we lived in Monroe, but anyway, it was old. But I remember vividly going to wherever we were going. He had Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA, playing, and it was a cassette tape because I'm old. I was sitting in the back seat, so there you go. You'll remember that.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll remember that too.
Yeah, I'm hoping by the time, she goes to college in the year 2040, I'm still listening to like Boston and bands like that.
The 80.
Yeah.
No,
60
that's not-
years removed from the 80s. at
I'll be
that point.
60. Sorry.
Oh, man.
Well, I saw that. There was something said. I can't remember what it was, but like, oh, what was it? They were saying like when a song came out about a year in the past, like we're, basically that would be like, I don't know. It was something like when that happened, it was closer to like World War II than we are to like the 1980s or something.
Yeah.
Like the 1980s was the same distance to like World War II than we are from like the start of the 80s or something. And that's just nuts. Because doesn't
Yeah,
it feel
it'd
like it
be
was
like-
yesterday? You, Chris, you weren't here.
Yeah. It'd be like, so she's going to be born in 2022. It'd be like if I listened to music from 1948, her listening
Yeah.
to music from 1980.
I mean, you did kind of, right?
1948?
What music did you listen to in 1940?
But when was Frank Sinatra? He was in that time, wasn't he?
I don't know. Let me look.
He was born in 1915, so I think yes, probably.
Probably. Discography.
Yeah, because I mean, when he was with Tommy Dorsey, years active, 1935 to 1995.
Yeah, okay.
So there you go. You would listen to him.
Come Fly With Me, 1958. So that's like the same thing.
So yeah, there you go. So
Yeah. It's just funny.
no, that is, or it's funny to think about, like certain like in the same ideas. Like you think of Frank Sinatra as being like an old time singer. To think about like Foo Fighters is an old time band. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, that is weird.
And then like bands like the Beatles.
oh yeah, like they're like yeah.
Yeah. That's super old.
That is sad.
Yeah. The Godfather would be as old as like Casablanca is to me.
Well, I think we found out, like, apparently the new Sex and the City show, all of those women are older than the Golden Girls were on the Golden Girls,
Wow.
which is interesting because you watch the Golden Girls and you're like, these are old women, but they're actually women in their 50s.
They're supposed to be in their 50s.
Yeah.
It's weird.
What?
Like, isn't it weird that generations before us look so much older?
I will say that, and
And acted so much older. I see some people that are my age now, and I either think, oh my God, or like, why am I like, do I look bad?
Yeah.
But even I'd say mom and dad too, like, because obviously I have very real obviously I know all my grandparents when they were mom and dad's age, 68, 69. They just seemed so much older.
Mm-hmm.
But they were so much older than us. When they were in their 60s, we were young.
But
even looks and the way they dress, like that's,
Yeah.
I was joking with mom earlier saying, when is she going to start wearing like a house coat, like a house dress? And she said never. And I was like, I think it's a missed opportunity because
But
they
they've
seem
also-
comfortable.
They looked older, but also not so. Like, because if you think about like grandma, right? Grandma always looked like an old woman. Like she always looked like grandma. But
Yeah.
like mom doesn't look like grandma, even though I knew them both at the same age at some point.
Yeah, but I will say I do remember grandma though when she had like Grandma Dolly when she had darker hair and was younger. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but like dad is about to turn 70 and he still doesn't look as old as Grandpa Phil ever looked.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that, but again, that could be because we were children.
And
Yeah.
also, it could be also. I mean, you don't. It's like somebody getting fat. You don't. If you're with that person every day, you might not see their size or whatever. But then when somebody else sees them, it's like, oh my god. So
No,
I mean,
I notice in you all the time.
to us, to us, maybe like
He's gonna ask me after this if he looks like he put on weight.
Well, he's busting out of his shirt. It's got holes in it.
That's all they could find in Ukraine.
it's not funny. What I was trying to say is that we see them all the time. So somebody else might be like, "Oh my God, Mike and Marianne look horrible."
I'm gonna say I don't think so because I think I hear from people who can't believe they're as old as they are.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Ugly.
even
They're both
I would-
ugly, but
No, they're not ugly. They're lovely. And even ourselves, right? People get very confused when they think how old I am.
Yes.
No, because someone will say, like, and I'll say, oh, yeah, well, whatever, in the early 2000s. They're like, what? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I mean, I was
depends
there.
how many grays you have.
So,
No, you're right.
Michelle, but let me get this. I just want to follow this thought for a second. So somebody walks up to you and says, I don't know how the conversation goes, but they get to the point where you,
I know, but they just maybe don't know how, like, I work with, or they just don't
Yeah,
know how
yeah,
old
yeah.
I am.
yeah, but the way you just described it is they become confused. So they'll like say to you, "Hey, what's going on?" You're like, "Well, no, I'm this age." What? I'm this age, and then they just like go dumb, like they go slack jawed and just like run into a wall. Like, what do you mean by confused?
Yeah, no, because they'll say something like, well, you don't know, like, when I graduated high school in the late 90s, and I'll be like, 96. And they'll be like, what?
They're like, "Oh, blah blah blah," blah, but they're like just pass out.
Kind of like
What's the
that.
youngest anyone thought you were?
I mean, I don't know, but people are very, I feel like with women, very apprehensive to ever kind of give an actual
Fair.
age, but I've gotten like late 20s.
We put this to the test, though. Do you remember? We were at like a fair or something, and you did the age guess thing,
Yes.
and he guessed exactly
Dad,
right.
Dad really thought we were going to win because no one could guess my age. So we went to this guy and he guessed my age. And I don't think it's right. I think he cheated.
Oh, sweetie,
How could he have?
You might have given him my license
I don't think I was there.
beforehand.
Yeah, we make a habit of going on trips.
I
and
met
not
with the
bringing
carney
Jason.
and gave him your information.
Remember that, Dad? Yeah, he remembers. It was a setup.
We were
I
so
bet
sure.
you it was Michael. I bet you it was Michael.
Mm.
I never trust him.
Probably behind my head was like, "Jeez." Michael bought a lot of candy.
He had extra money.
I thought I had him. And we were shocked. I still don't believe it to
Well,
this day.
can't win them all.
How does he know?
It's not that
maybe
hard.
it was a bad day. Maybe he just looked at your
Yeah,
face.
maybe you look rough.
Maybe you didn't put on blush.
I mean, I don't.
Michelle
Plus,
doesn't wear a lot of makeup.
Dad said, "Oh, Dad said I'm like a tree." He counted the circles on my face, but I don't have circles on my.
Let's do it now. That's a good show.
Counted the rings on your face.
Are you like nervous about getting older?
About getting. I thought you said younger, older. No, I just nervous because my.
Do you feel like older? Like when you get out of a couch, do you have to like lean up?
That's because I'm short, so I don't. My feet don't touch the ground a lot.
Yeah, I guess I'm always wondering when that's actually going to happen.
No, I mean, I would say recently, I feel a little older when I do certain things.
Like, have you thrown out your back ever?
No, I need the mic. I've never thrown out my back, but there's sometimes if I bring like my groceries up my stairs, like more recently, I'll get upstairs and I'll be like it'll kind of hurt
Interesting.
I'll feel it more than I did maybe even last year or the year before.
Okay. I think
You
the
feel
only
it,
thing
Jay?
I think the only thing I've noticed is, and actually going to acupuncture helped it, so it's not really an issue anymore. But holding Grayson, I favored one side, so I would get more pain on this.
I gotcha.
But
Yeah, I'm worried about that.
With him,
I got
I had
bad
trouble
shoulders.
with him too. Like when being younger, holding him, like I do know after a little bit, I'd be like, okay, I don't want to hold him anymore because like I did feel it more than obviously I don't have kids, but like with you guys when you were younger, obviously I babysat a lot and hold them, and even with like obviously Max and Kieran and Charlotte, but for some reason after a little bit, I'm like, okay, who wants them? Take them back.
Well, it's also important to me since I am an older father. I want to be as vital for as long. What are you laughing at?
Oh,
I want to
not
be as
laughing.
I want to be as vital to that child. I don't understand what's so funny.
I'm waiting to hear what you said. I'm intrigued. I'm grinning.
I want to be as vital to that child for as long as possible as I can be. Like I
Yeah.
want to be active and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
to me,
Yeah, I mean, look
You're
at
not
Dad
that
and
old.
Katie.
Yeah.
Dad was 40 when Katie was born.
I mean, I wasn't comparing us.
But I'm saying he's look at him. He would skip down the paths,
He's
and
a symbol of vitality.
he's a symbol of vitality. Yes.
I don't think I've ever skipped anywhere.
Well, you better start skipping,
You've skipped.
Jason. You skipped a lot, a lot.
I was a big advocate of prancer size.
You were more of a prancer than a skipper.
Okay.
Wasn't there a character skipper? Wasn't that somebody's brother?
No, it was Barbie's sister.
Barbara. I don't know who Barbara. Barbie's sister was Skipper. That's right.
You never had her.
I didn't ever like Barbie.
I think I had a crush on her.
Barbie?
Skipper.
Oh.
I never was a big fan of Barbie, but I did like her dream house. I like to decorate that.
You had Barbies.
I did, but I just used them.
Man, you guys
you know
go
what?
off on some wild tangents.
Here's what I don't like. Why can't Barbie stand in her shoes? I don't want to hold her
Because
all
she
the
needs
time.
high heels.
But her feet are like this, but give her flats. I want to stand
Her
her.
feet were made for high heels.
She also doesn't have. She doesn't have nipples.
Okay,
Thanks,
she's a
Jay.
doll.
Well, okay, that's why she can't walk on her flat
She
feet.
doesn't have ovaries either.
That is definite.
I don't think she had earlobes either.
Oh,
Or a belly button.
Oh.
I didn't notice the belly button.
Does she have a butt crack?
She has like the presence of a butt crack.
Then I think for a little bit they put like built-in underwear, like an underwear design on her.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Michelle, they're I mean, that's okay. They are for children.
Ken's got a dick.
That did not.
Yeah, they were dolls. No.
Okay.
Stop answering him.
You're
No one can
answering
hear
him and
what
they
he
can't
says.
hear him.
For the best. It's for the best that no one hears.
It's Michelle's just having an interview on her own with somebody no one can hear.
Jay, are you scared of getting old?
No, I wouldn't say I'm scared of getting old. I think getting old is kind of it's a gift. I know that's might seem what I mean by that is not everyone gets to do it.
Yeah, fair.
And I mean, I think that getting older in this country and in this world gets a bad rap. You know, you think that if something is older, they're no longer needed
Yeah.
and I think it's the opposite. I think, you know, whether you agree with the older generation or not, they are part of who we are. I mean, we
Right.
wouldn't have been who we were if not for them. So it's kind of cool because now, you know, and I think it was a little bit to like having younger siblings to a certain extent. I mean, obviously we're not your parents, but having younger siblings that are much younger than we are, some by decades, it's you kind of
One
have this
decade.
like you kind of like equate this I don't want to call it wisdom necessarily, but just like these stories that you pass down and stuff. And now having Grayson, I look at Grayson, I feel very hopeful. So it's almost like
Aw.
I'm not. I guess I never thought about it, but now that I have Grayson, it's almost like you become kind of immortal.
Oh.
You've always wanted to be immortal.
No, but it's not like that. It's like I don't want Grayson to be like me, but he'll have traits in me because I see he has traits of my father and he has traits of my brother, and so
I got
and then
what you're
he'll
saying.
make children, and he'll, God willing, he'll have brothers and sisters, and they'll have their stories and connections, and they'll keep the family going, and you know what I mean.
Eventually you'll be forgotten.
But see, I don't think I will be because I mean, yes, they'll evidently be, but we still talk about. I mean, just think about it.
Who's grandfather's father's name?
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll eventually not become part. 2, 3 generations down, they won't be referring to like
At the end of
you.
the day, it's all a simulation anyway, so it doesn't matter.
But I think I think what you're saying, I get that, but yeah, I mean, eventually, no one will talk about you directly anymore because it'll be 150 years.
Grayson will.
He won't be here either.
Yes, he will.
He could be. Could be.
But yeah, no, I mean, I see what you're saying. That's true. But isn't that weird when you think about it too? Because you feel like, yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
It's almost like you're part of something. We're getting a lot more deeper than I thought we were going to be. It's almost like you feel like you're a part of something where you're helping raise a human. So,
Yeah.
But I will say it's also odd to me, and I was thinking about this the other day, like how it's almost like, even at my almost 44 years, like it's almost like you are living different lives. Because if you think about it, if you go back like 20 years, let's say even maybe 25, the people, like a lot of the people who were part of your everyday life or extended life are no longer here. And there's new people. Like, so you think, man, if I went back 20 years, obviously Michael, grandma, grandpa. But then you say, well, but you wouldn't have
Kieran, Charlotte.
Ashley, Sarah, Grayson, so that it's like, oh, so but it was a whole different family, like dynamic back then than it is now. So that's kind of weird as well. Does anyone else ever feel that?
No, I agree with you.
No.
It's like a different family, but it's still our family.
mean, think of our parents, right? At some point, it was them and their siblings and their parents.
Yeah, just like this.
And then eventually, it just became them and their children.
Yeah. But I mean, still the outside. But again, I feel like
Jason got sad.
Even back then, it was like you would like more interactions during the holidays. But now that's not even a thing anymore either.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they get together. They're still very
Not that
close
much.
with their siblings.
But not like it used to be. Not like
When they do, you take over a lobby in a hotel.
True.
So,
All right. Well,
I think we can probably come to
we're
a
at
close with
42
this one.
minutes. We can wrap.
Chris, good stuff.
yeah, that was good, Chris. And I like where it took us down a hole of. Now I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry.
Okay, I love you.
This life's ending, but a new one will emerge.
I
And that's
mean,
all
they
that
made a
matters.
fourth Matrix, so anything's possible.
True.
All right. Well, on that note,
We'll see you later. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
thanks for coming. Bye.